Good morning and welcome to another edition of Saturday Sparks Live. I'm recording this intro because I had some technical difficulties on this episode where the microphone was not working for the first 20 minutes of the live stream. And so this intro is here to serve as a placeholder for what I was talking about. So this morning, this episode for this week, we are talking about, or we talked about how to branch off into a new service offering, how to do market research, how to create a unique landing page, identify your ideal customer for that service, etc. And so it's a really, really deep episode. And so if you are listening to this on a podcast, I encourage you to check it out on YouTube, because I do share my screen and showcase the different tools that we recommend and use. For those of you who don't know, my name is Adam Bauer. I am the CEO and co-founder of the Marketing Clerics. We are a digital marketing agency here in Hastings, Minnesota. We serve electricians and low voltage professionals with digital marketing services from start to finish. So website design, pay-per-click, social media, email marketing, SEO, local SEO, etc. We serve them all. And so if you are looking at this episode and looking through some of the things that we are showcasing here and maybe in over your head a little bit, feel free to reach out and leave a comment. We will get in touch with you and maybe schedule a one-on-one chat to help you out, help you get through your roadblock. So without further ado, this is this week's episode of Saturday Sparks Live. How's that? Oh, shoot. All right. Well, that's great. So this is because I went live. I recorded this session last Saturday using my laptop itself and not this mic. And so, yeah. So starting over, this session we're talking about venturing into new service offerings and understanding more about what that looks like and how to do that successfully. So the first step is understanding the ideal persona, where you want, who you want people to buy the service. And so we're in the example, you, in this case, we're going to do permanent lighting installation. And so what is, who's the type of person that wants to have permanent lighting installed? What are they like, and that kind of stuff. And so we've been going through this brand exercise persona. If you want this, a copy of this for yourself, leave a comment. We'll send it over to you. It's a free resource that you can have. It really helps with that. The other thing we talked about is doing your research in the area, so market research. And what we do is we use a tool called Perplexity AI, and that is a free AI tool that really has the capabilities of digging deep. It does deep, kind of like ChatGPT, but it does it a little bit more with the factual intention. And so it doesn't try to spin the story or that kind of stuff. And so we use Perplexity to really find the truth of things. And we actually used it a lot when it came to the conflict over in Iran and Israel. There's a lot of fake news, a lot of fake reels and that kind of stuff. And so we would use Perplexity to fact check that. And so it's been good. Yeah, so people showing off their home. So understanding what permanent lighting can do and that kind of stuff. And so the research stage is done. And so we can take a look at this. The prompt that I used in Perplexity, so I wanted to understand the market saturation for permanent lighting installation in Cincinnati, Ohio, as an example. I wanted to know more about local competition, the local demographics, the median household income, the number of houses valued at more than $750,000, because if your home is not that much, they're probably not going to spend a bunch on permanent lighting. the average price per project, and the best places to advertise the service, and finally the likelihood that permanent lighting services are going to succeed in this market. So I wanted to get a gauge from Perplexity, looking at Cincinnati, Ohio, and market analysis for permanent lighting installation services. And so taking a look at this, looks like it's compelling business opportunity, strong demographic foundations, growing market demand, multiple competitive advantages, favorable conditions for success. So market is competitive and not oversaturated. So here's established regional providers. So here's some local competition. Market positioning. So shows room for additional quality providers. Local demographics, income analysis, favorable conditions, total population, median age, younger professionally active demographic, high concentration of college-educated residents, so that's good. Median household income is about $51,000. In the metro area, it's about $80,000. And there's high-income neighborhoods, Hyde Park, Mount Lookout, and Kenwood. And then here's some details around the income. So kind of the affluent neighborhoods, it's identifying that for that. So top 5% of households in wealthy areas, more than $600,000 annually. And then the housing market. So high value homes, about 755 sales recorded. Not sure what the time frame is on that, but yeah, luxury homes, 7.3% annually. Cincinnati is rated the hottest luxury market among 50 largest metros. Yeah, so here's the high value neighborhoods. So 13.5% of homes valued at $500 to $2 million. 21.6 at $300 to $500. And then here's project pricing. So we can see where the references are. So this is Home Guide. Trim lights got one. There's another one from Home Guide. And so per linear foot, typical project range, average project costs, kind of stuff, regional comparisons, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's the best advertising platform, diverse opportunities. So they identified some unique opportunities: Business Courier, Home Guide, or Home Mag, Cincinnati, Town Place Media, local, some outdoor advertising, home improvement shows, real estate partnerships, social media, next door. Yeah. All right. So then market success likelihood. It's a high probability of success based on multiple converging factors. So positive marketing indicators, local market conditions, economic advantages. Yeah. So 8.5 out of 10 is what it's rating. So, I mean, I would take this with a grain of salt. I would do some more research on your own, but from a overall standpoint, it looks like it's a pretty strong market for permanent lighting installation in Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you are in that region and you are an electrician, consider watching this video and adding this service. So that is market research and brand strategy identity. So what else do we need to do when we want to expand a new service offering? Well, chances are your website doesn't have any content around that service offering. And so you want to add content around that service offering to your website. But before you do that, you might want to do some targeted advertising. And so having these pages, these target marketing in these physical channels, or some of these unique digital marketing channels, or or doing Facebook ads, Meta ads, Google ads, that kind of stuff. You want to do that within, and you want to point them to a specific sales landing page. And so I want to jump into our tricks around creating a sales landing page that's going to be good and easy to create. And so we use a tool called Elementor Planner, Site Planner, and this is specifically just for like sales landing pages. And the reason we do this is because it provides a good baseline that we can work off of and make unique. And so I'm going to walk you guys through this so that you can access this as well. It's just planner.elementor.com. If you don't have a plan with Elementor, you can, I think you can do one or two of them for free. And then you have to subscribe to use that service. I think it's like $10 a month or something. And so I'm going to start here. I'm going to do it with a live chat. You can also do it with a video meet. And so like one of the things we haven't done yet, but if we have the opportunity to save some time, maybe we jump on a call with a client and talk about the new service offering, have Elementor AI Site Planner on that call, capturing the notes and that kind of stuff. And then they build out the site from there. So we're going to just do it with chat here. So what's the site's name? I'm going to make this a generic thing here. So this is going to be Cincy Electric. And that's going to prompt me with some more questions. So what kind of business is we are an electrical contractor looking to offer permanent We're going to offer permanent lighting installation services to residential homes in the Cincinnati area. And what does Cincinnati Electric showcase or provide through its website? This website will showcase our recent lighting projects. We'll have actually, you know what? It's already right here. So provide lighting installation services, showcase electrical projects, provide maybe electrical maintenance information. All right, what specific services or products related? Permanent lighting installation for homes. And as you can see, it's kind of building the brief here on the right. Primary goals, we want to generate leads and showcase portfolio. Secondary goals, I am not going to put any. There are no secondary goals. This is a one-page sales landing page. Okay, language will be in English. All right, core features, elements. Here we go. So contact form, project gallery, testimonials, contact form, lead capture form, portfolio, gallery, testimonials, lead capture form. Yeah, so gallery, testimonials, service area map. About the company. And heck, I'm going to put pricing on there as well. Hey Tony, thanks for the stars. Love it. These are okay, great. Those are important features. What tone or voice? Okay, we want to be, let's say, friendly and approachable. All right, pages. We want to have a single page with sections for about service projects, testimonials, contact, etc. Yep, that's what we want. All right. Yes, we want to generate the sitemap and wireframes. All right, so then what this is going to do is this is going to take, it actually ranked my brief good. I typically like to get to excellent, but for the purpose of this, we're going to jump into it as a good rate because we can edit it after the fact. So this will jump in to a sitemap, which is going to be super small on your screen. I'm going to zoom in here. All right, so this is your sitemap. So it's the header section, the welcome section. So this header is like the menu area. This is the main hero image. About us, services, projects, what clients say, get in touch, and then the final CTA section along with the footer. Okay, so what we can do here is this is all text-based, right? So this is kind of, it's the prompt for what the section is going to look like, okay? So entry point for visitors, etc. Easy navigation to the following sections. And so here's the main hero section, full width background image, well-lit home, welcoming header, and call to action button. Section designed to immediately capture the visitor's attention. I'm going to say call to action form instead, because I like to have a form in the header or the hero. Text is centered, balanced, etc. About us section. I'm going to actually bring, I think I'm going to bring this testimonial section up right here. I'm going to add some components into that hero as well, but I want to have the testimonials and the social proof up there too. So, call this combination of text and images, including a recording for detailed information. Maybe we'll see what that looks like. Our services. So, taking a look at this, three column layout, icon boxes to represent each service. Text aligned. We'll see what that looks like. Testimonial section, our projects, product showcase gallery, completed projects, and loop grid layout, short description, featured image, text centered, get in touch. So I'm going to move this CTA to here. Get in touch being on the bottom. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit wireframe tab on the top here. This is going to take the sitemap text and create it into a wireframe visual. And we can do this, oops, I lost it. There we go. So what's nice about this is we can do both. We can do responsive, so we can see what it's going to look like on mobile. Most of the people are going to be visiting on mobiles for pay-per-click. So I'm going to actually start with mobile and see what it looks like. So I'll jump in. It likes to go zoom all the way out so I can see the whole screen. So okay, so here's the mobile version. So you got the logo, a couple of call to action buttons on the top. We've got the main hero section with slideshow, it looks like. We've got the about section with a couple of images. Here's our service section, testimonial section. Here's the main call to action. Here's our project catalog. Taking a look at that. There's the get in touch at the bottom of the page, and then the footer. This is a really massive footer. Okay, so what do we do with this? So we can actually go in here. Let's say I don't really like this hero section. It doesn't have like a form that I wanted. I wanted to have a form in the hero to be able to fill out. And so I'm going to click on this section button here, and it's going to give me a bunch of different other options. And so I can choose which one I want at the end of the day. So I like this one's decent. I'm not sure about the sign up. I might just change that to like get a free estimate and then have like two forms, like a name and a phone number, or name and email. But I do like the logo function at the bottom there, and then I can add different trust elements to that. This one's just a header image background, and I'm looking at it on mobile because I want to see what it's going to look like mobile. The desktop, you could have some like really cool looking designs, but it's not going to look that good on mobile most of the time. And so this one is just a massive form. Welcome to our site. There's logos on the top with buttons. Let's see. Yeah, and as you can see, there's all sorts of different options. I'm going to choose that one that had the logos on the bottom. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to choose this guy. Because this also have images. I can scroll through images on the slideshow. About section, I think this is okay. The service section, it always kind of picks this like icon box. That's the one downside of the Elementor planner, is it always kind of picks the same like layout for that services section. And so for like outdoor lighting, I almost would like to have like images. So our services has images, just so we can showcase the different options with images. So I'm going to pick just one of the ones that has the images outlined in it. Tony, how do you decide which one you think would be best? Name and phone number, or name and email? I always use name and phone number. So at the end of the day, when it comes to form submissions, you want to keep it as simple as possible. And you want to put yourself in the shoes of your ideal customer. And so if your ideal customer is someone who has $1 million home, and they want to install permanent lighting, chances are they're going to want to get on the site, decide really quickly if it's a good or not, and fill out the information, get off the site as quickly as possible. And so you don't want to have them fill out a 3-page form. You don't want them to have to fill out their name, phone number, email, address, message, and then submit. But at the same time, I don't know that you would want to do just name and phone number, because name and phone number implies, okay, I'm going to call you back. And they may not want to call back. They might actually just want to like schedule a time for you to come out and give them an estimate, or maybe just an email estimate. So, hey, here's what we're looking at, that kind of stuff. And so just put yourself in the shoes of your ideal customer, and that's going to be the best bet. And then there's always A/B testing, right? And so you want to test which one's going to work best. And so when we put together these landing pages, we put together different options. So one of the landing pages that we put together has just a button to click, and it opens like a new Lightbox form. The other version has the form right inside the hero. And so we test those to see which ones are going to convert better. So you really don't know until you test it. All right, so testimonial section, moving on to that one. Good question though, Tony. So for testimonials for lighting services, I want to find one that has the ability for me to add an image to showcase the completed project, right? And so I'm going to find one. So some of these have like small profile images. Here's one. Here we go. I'm going to choose that. And then you can actually do either images or even videos if you wanted to. Yeah. The other option for Tony for submission is scheduling. And so you can have it built into your CRM to have them book a time on your calendar. And so that's another option that could work pretty well. because these individuals are typically going to be busier, and so they want to have the ability to schedule their time with you. Call to action, I'm just going to leave that there. Projects, this is probably good enough for that for the sake of time. Get in touch, and then the footer I'm just going to leave for the sake of time. So once we have these done, we hit create site, and then I'm going to choose import kit to a site, and then I'm just going to download and apply manually. So I'm going to show you what we do or how you do it. So you have once you have the site built and you're downloading it, you go over to your WordPress installation. So if you don't understand quite how to install WordPress, typically when you're working with like a hosting provider, you can just have them launch a new WordPress site, and you have to install Elementor as a plugin to use this function. And so we have the Elementor plugin installed already. And so from here, we're going into the theme builder. Or no, hold on. Where is it? Oh, that's weird. Should be a template kit option. Oh, they changed it. All right. So it used to be template kit. It looks like now it's called website templates. All right. So let's see. This is still going? Let's download kit. Literally, this was called template kit last week. So don't, if you're thinking that we don't do this every day, we do this every day. Okay. So download the zip file. I'm going to open the zip file here, and I'm going to hit continue. Plugins we have, hit next. And it's going to choose save templates, content, and site settings. I'm going to hit import and then enable SVG. I'm serious, Tony. Okay. Apply the template. I'm going to see it live. And I'm not going to see it live. I'm just going to hit got it. And then I go to my pages here. Here's the page. All right. So this is apparently what that one looks like on desktop, because I did it on mobile. So I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to show you the mobile version, because I feel like I'm going crazy, because that was set to show the form, wasn't it? Yep. Okay. Yeah, so this must be what that, so this is what it looks like on desktop. And on mobile, it looks kind of like this. So, looks a little different than what we saw, but it works. So then you basically go through, you add your own photos, modify the copy, and connect the forms and all that kind of stuff. So here's our services. So these need images, so I'm going to add the images there. These are testimonials. You want image or video. Here's your call to action. You want image, video. You might want to change the color background, that kind of stuff. So if you wanted to, so let's say you want to change so your brand. You already have a brand, right? And so you go into your site settings here on the top left, and you want to change your colors. So these are the global colors that you have as a business. So maybe you're like green, you know, holiday, a little bright green, and then your secondary is going to be like a red, and your accent color, maybe that's like a yellow or something. Okay, text there. Okay, save changes, and then I'm going to do global fonts. So my primary font is going to be just anything in here I can do. Yeah, Gorilla, Protest Gorilla. Maybe my secondary or my text is going to be festive. Ooh, that's fun. But I want to make that a little bigger. Okay. And then custom fonts. So these are their headings and that kind of stuff if you wanted to do that. But when you get into the typography, that's when you start changing kind of your headings. So I want my H1 to be my primary color. I want it to be my primary text. And that'll update. So H2 is going to be this one, I think. Primary text. Maybe that's not H2. I don't know what that is. But anyway, so that's how you set like global settings. So if you update your whole site to be that, and so you can see the text is changed throughout the site to that god-awful festive font. Anyways, so that's how you do it. So you get your landing page specifically for that new service, and then you start to put advertising, point advertising to it. You want to make sure your form is set up so that when you're receiving submissions, they go to your email address, that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you're not going to go anywhere. You can add fields here, so you can add different types of fields, so the telephone or the email or that kind of stuff. And if you wanted to, you can also add the reCAPTCHA or the hidden like honeypot form or fields that would help with preventing certain elements of spam to come into your form. So any questions or follow-up on that concept? So as a recap, we're taking a new service offering of permanent lighting installation services for residential homes. We are identifying anyone in our current customer base that might value from this or might want to be a part of this service. And we are then going to do research in the area. So how does the market look like in that area? And we're going to use a tool called Perplexity AI to do that. It's a very factual AI. So it will provide you with real answers and most of the time and not hallucinations. And so one of the things that the reasons why we use Perplexity versus ChatGPT is ChatGPT is a people pleaser. Perplexity in my history has not been a people pleaser. It does not change its answers based on my prompt. So that's good. So when I did research, I can share that with you here. So in research, it actually came back and said 8.5 out of 10 success probability for permanent lighting in Cincinnati, Ohio. And it gave me all this sort of information. The prompt here is at the top of the screen. And so, yeah. The next thing we did was we went through this brand exercise. So identified specifically to that service offering, understanding the hero, the problem they have, how you are the guide solving the problem or helping them solve the problem, the plan, how your process is run for that service, and the main call to action for that service and any risks involved with that, along with rewards. So if you are interested in this brand identity exercise, this is free to have. We'll send that over to you. Just leave a comment below. And then we built the landing page using a tool called Site Planner by Elementor. It's an AI site planning tool. It takes prompts and has the capability to create a sitemap with sections as well as a wireframe layout for the website. And it's very simple to modify and add content and remove content. I didn't show that, but you can add sections in here. So if you want to add like a benefits section or like an events FAQ section, that kind of stuff, you can add those pretty easily onto the sitemap. And then when you bring it into wireframe, it shows up as a visual. And we recommend doing this for mobile first. and then looking at what it might look like on desktop, because most of your traffic with ads are going to come in through mobile. So you want to have that looking really sharp on mobile. And then we talked about exporting that, putting that into Elementor itself as a website, and then modifying your brand identity. So adding your colors, your fonts, and that kind of stuff, so that it looks like your website or your brand. So that's pretty much it when it comes to this. And so I encourage you to rewatch this session. I'm going to have to do some heavy editing because I was not mic'd in the beginning of this, but thanks, Tony, for calling that out a little bit through the start of the series. So if there's no other questions or other comments, I'm going to sign off here and get this posted live. Again, if you are not able to watch this live, no problem. I am here live every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time, and here to answer your marketing questions. If you have any, feel free to make a comment in this video, and I will answer them next week. Or attend live and add your comment and questions, and I will answer them live as best as possible. If you're not able to catch it live, I'm editing these and publishing them on YouTube. We have a YouTube podcast called Saturday Sparks. It's on the Marketing Clerics YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to that. If you otherwise want to watch it or listen to it on podcast audio, you can do that as well. We're out on Spotify, on iTunes. I just said iTunes. Podcasts by Apple, as well as a number of other podcast areas. So feel free to check this out. And hopefully this was valuable, and have a great rest of your weekend, everyone.